There's been a major change in the chicken house. Do we like it or not, girls? Morning. Today I am going to show you by far the best rollout nesting boxes that I have ever seen, ever used, and I have tested several over the past year and a half. And one of the nice things, excuse the wind, looks like we're going to get some rain. One of the nice things about being retired and doing what I do is I get to bring in all kinds of different products and test them for you and make changes. I do not take free product and I don't do sponsored videos. So if something sucks, I'll tell you it sucks. But I got to tell you, this new nesting box that we're testing out and putting in, I'm really happy with. I think it's by far the best when it comes to value, design, construction, and what else, and a couple features on it. Now I will tell you that I made a couple modifications on this that even made it better. So not only is this the best one, I'm going to show you some modifications when I'm putting this together. I will put a link to the nesting box down below. I got mine off Amazon. I ordered 3 of them to replace the ones that I have up here, and I'm going to order another 2 for the new chickens. I have 29 birds in one run. I have 17 new birds up here. One of the problems that this solves, which you may not know that you have, but you probably have it, is egg eaters. So unfortunately, you can get chickens that get a taste for eggs, and they'll walk back and forth on those nesting boxes, and they'll grab an egg, they'll sort of peck it, grab it, and they'll run out and eat it, and then all the other ones will eat it and it'll be gone. In 30 seconds, it'll be gone, and you'll never know that you have an egg eater. Your egg production will drop down. You'll think, man, my egg production is dropping down. Your egg production is not dropping down. You got chickens eating your eggs. I can almost guarantee you that's what it is. So this new nesting box solves the egg eater problem because the chickens can't reach the eggs. They can reach the eggs in my old rollout boxes. Now I will tell you, I ordered Hengear initially, the large Hengear box for up here. Hengear makes a great product. I'm not going to bash them at all because they make a really good product. The only problem with it, I think it's a little overpriced. Then I ordered some from Amazon. I ordered 2 different sets from Amazon. I installed them. I've had them up here for almost a year, and now I have problems with them because the chickens can actually reach them. With this new one, I'll show you, they can't reach the eggs. I assemble it. I show you my little tricks. We put them up here. Today, it was the first day we put them up, and the new chickens accepted them right away. They're already laying eggs in there, and it's fantastic. If you don't mind, all I ask is you give a thumbs up to the video. It takes 5 seconds. Please give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below if you have any egg eaters. If you have any more questions that I don't answer on here, again, I'll put it down below. Also, I'll probably build a page and I'll list a lot of the things that are up here. A lot of people ask me, like, my waterers, what do you do in the winter time for water? I use shade cloth up here in the summertime. I'll put links to the shade cloth. I'll put links to everything I can think about, and if I forget a link, go ahead and let me know. So anyways, here we go. I've got a lot of video I've shot over the past 4 or 5 days. Matter of fact, I might even put up a little video real quick and show you when I discovered the egg eater problem was getting serious. All right, who ate the egg? This one right here. She was in here. Did you eat that egg on purpose or was it broken? If you start eating my eggs, you're going to become soup. Yeah, you're going to become soup. Look at them going nuts. Oh. So one thing you don't want is you do not want your chickens start to eat eggs. All right, so here's another thing that comes up once in a while. You might have a chicken that becomes an egg eater. This one right here, I saw her come out of one of these nesting boxes with a broken egg in her mouth, ran off, and of course there was a fight for the eggs. After that was over, then she went back up and she was looking in all the boxes. So what I did was, now she's got orange feet. I had some spray paint, some marking spray paint, and I painted her feet orange so that I can tell which one she is. She was on the lookout for eggs, I could tell. In one of my last videos, I had told you guys about a problem where I have egg eaters going on. So I have a couple chickens that are eating eggs. And this is a pretty common problem. And the only way to cure it is to have rollout boxes. First of all, if you don't have rollout boxes, you probably have dirty eggs. I never have dirty eggs. I would say I have a dirty egg once every 2 to 3 weeks, and that's it. My eggs are perfectly clean. We don't even wash our eggs when we use them. I've never washed my eggs before using them. I know you're supposed to, but our eggs are so clean, I don't do it. So I have tried one of the things I enjoy about what I do now that I'm retired is I'm able to bring in a bunch of different products and test different products for you guys. So when we first built our first house, we had a Hengear nesting box. Now to be honest, I didn't give it really a good test because we had it inside the chicken house where they stay at night, and I ended up pulling it out because I didn't want them laying eggs inside that house. That's the one thing you don't want, is you don't want them in there all the time. I want them outside. So then I ordered some of the Amazon, the ones you get on Amazon, Vivore, all those, and they worked okay, but the problem is the tray is not deep enough. So in other words, the chickens can reach under there. They've learned how to reach under there and peck at the eggs. And the other day I had one come out with an egg in its mouth. Yesterday I had 2 eggs that had peck marks in them, and I had 1 egg that actually was inside that nesting box that was split open. I went and reached in and it had egg all over my hand. So the way that I'm going to do this is, number 1, supposedly these have a deeper box on them. Keep it away, the chickens can't reach them. And number 2, I'm actually going to put a pretty steep pitch on these. So as soon as that egg drops out of that chicken or it starts to move around, the egg rolls down and away. All right, so here's how I'm going to improve this based on my usage. These boxes snap locked, so they lock. You gotta unlock each one to get in, which is fine. You know, you can't, if you ever have a possum or something get in, you know, you can't open it up, but I don't need that. And what I want to do is, I have learned that the chickens like a little roosting bar here. And if I connect all 3, instead of having to open all 1, I can essentially open all 3 at once. And yes, there's enough room for it to stay back so I can get them. Okay, so that worked well. So the chickens can jump up here, a little roosting bar to get in. 1 1/4 inch drywall screws with a washer, and don't over tighten these. Barely tighten these so you don't crack the plastic. The only thing is, when you put this bar up, it's gonna, when you get this positioned correctly, it's not gonna stay up, it's gonna wanna fall. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little screw here and a little bolt here and put a rubber band. Because it is kind of nice to be able to, when you go like this, all those chickens are blocked off and you can get all your eggs. So, as you can see, they're not heavy. Or she's really strong. That is one nice thing about them. It's made of aluminum. I work with aluminum in one of my companies for years, and they do a good job of deburring the edges. So the edges, if your hand slides along the edges, your hands don't get cut. So the edges are pretty good. I did notice that. All right, we've got one of the old ones down. And here's what I want you to see. Look, she's already in there. She's already in the new nesting box. What a nut. All right, so this is the old one. Okay, and so I only have, see where that drop-off lip is here? There's only about 2 inches. When you open this one up, the drop-off lip, there's 6 inches at least. See the difference? I mean, it's huge. It's a huge, will you get out of there? She's probably one of the egg eaters. I struggled to get this off because where were all the screws? On the inside. On the inside of the box. It's a nightmare. These have a little thing on the outside, which is so much better. So much better. All right, so here's the new box installed. I want you to look at the difference. Look at the difference right here versus here. So now I just come up, I get my eggs. I'll probably put, I'm gonna put some kind of like rubber band here so I can just collapse that and then get all the eggs. And if I need to, I think the pitch is okay, but if I need to, I may actually put a board behind this to actually increase the pitch some. I may do that. I wonder if I should do that now. Here, give me one of those. Give me one of those. Give me that egg. Let's see what happens. Let's test it. Straight to the bottom. So the chicken's in here. She drops the egg. There it goes. So as she moves around, there we go. If that pitch doesn't work out, I'll actually increase it, but I think that's good. All right, so it's been about 3 hours. There's no way for me to sneak in. My eyes hurting me because it's windy out here today. Hey girls, look at you guys up here. Huh? Oh, look at that. That's pretty good. It's only been about 2 hours and there's like 6 or 7 eggs in there. You, go to work. Go to work. Lay some eggs. This is when they're annoying. I don't have any food for them. Let's make sure no one's laying eggs inside the house. So if they start doing that, then I'll actually close the house off during the day. Nope, no eggs. That's probably a good place where they'll get eaten too. Move, please, move, 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 move. All right, so it's the next day, and the nesting boxes are up, and the girls actually were taking very well to the new nesting boxes. I'm sure some of them will not. And I probably won't be able to do an accurate increase in egg count until all the girls feel comfortable with them and they see the other ones going in there. So I'll report back. I'll actually do an update video on you, but I did want to go up here. I want to look and see what we got going on, but I also want to show you, every time I do one of these videos, you guys always, there's certain things that you guys want to see and where I got it. So I'm going to go up there, I'm going to pop around and show you some of the things like my cameras that I use up here, the shade cloth, the water jugs, the water heaters, the germination pads to keep your water from freezing. I'll just show you, I'll just pop around and show you different, oh, the chicken doors, the automatic chicken doors. I've tested, I want to say it's 5 different types of automatic chicken doors, and I'll show you right now which is my favorite, because you actually can control it Wi-Fi, which means I can be in on a European vacation somewhere and open my chicken door. Did you lay an egg, honey? What a good girl. You just laid an egg. What a good girl you are. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna add a board behind these, just about 1/2 inch maybe. Not extreme pitch, but just pitch it out just a little bit. Now that egg is actually stuck behind her foot, but I don't want any of these eggs staying in that tray. None of them. Let's see what she's doing. There it goes. Oh, I caught it on film. So she touched her egg with her beak And that egg, boop, went down in here, and there it is right there. That was perfect. So she had just laid that egg and it was stuck behind her foot. And then she reached over with her bill and moved it. And as soon as she moved it, it went right into the box, right away. Good girl. What a good girl, honey. Okay, so before I go over and check the girls with the egg boxes, I'm gonna give the new girls their morning treats. When my chickens come in and they're young, I start them on week 2 or 3. I start them on either scrambled eggs or boiled eggs and spinach in a food processor. And they're to the point now that they're like demanding it every morning. They absolutely love it. All right, so the girls are impatiently waiting. You can see them at the door. Hold on, girls. Okay, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Calm down. They love their scrambled eggs and spinach. Every morning they get it. This is another nesting box that I bought and tested. This was like off TikTok or some stuff. I don't know. I was just experimenting. I don't like this design. I like to have my nesting boxes, I've learned, I want to have them at a certain height. And that's at about 24 inches off the ground. You don't want it too low and you don't want it too high. And if you have them up high, you got to have some kind of way for them to get up there. This is going to be torn out. This is going to be replaced by those. And what I'll do is, instead of having a double stack here, I'll have one set here and one set here at about 28 inches off the ground. And but this won't go to waste. So the other 3 boxes, Rachel has chickens, her brother has chickens, and her mom has chickens. So I'm donating all this stuff that I test and get rid of. I donate that to friends or family or neighbors. So they go to a good use. But personally, I just these things I just do not like. I do not like. And I hate the way that they mount. You have to screw them on the inside. You got to get way up in there versus the outside tabs. And that may not seem like much, but it's a huge difference. Let's talk about doors real quick while I'm up here. These are the doors that I'm going with now. Let me go ahead and just connect it Wi-Fi. So for some reason I have 2 of these doors. This model here, okay, so this has a solar panel and it charges via solar, and so I don't have to have power up here. But you can connect, you can control everything here, you can program everything, you can control everything, and you have a panel, which I love. You can see it all, and I can go connect via Bluetooth, or I can connect via Wi-Fi. Let me show you. So all you have to do, I just go on my phone and I just open the Smart Life app, okay? And I just go to the chicken door. Now if I want to close it, oh, I got motion at my back gate. I just hit close and the door will close. Now I can be in Jamaica and I can close this. It'll go down, come halfway back up, and then close again. That's the anti-pinch feature in case it closes on a chicken. And if you want to go up, just push the up arrow and it'll open up. This is their outside run. So this is their inside run and this is their outside run, which I'm not going to open the door because I know they want to go out. But they have this whole area. They can come around and they can actually go to the back over here. So that's their outside area. I mistakenly, see the other girls out there? I mistakenly left that door open last night. So all the girls are out there too early, which means I'm gonna have a cluster when I go over there. Shade cloth. The one thing psychological wise is I didn't have shade cloth down here low. And when the chickens were out here, they thought they could get through. Stop fighting. They thought they could get through that, so they'd sit there and they wouldn't come back around. So we took the shade cloth up here because we're going to be heading into winter time and we want the sunlight to come in now, that morning sunlight. And we actually put the shade cloth here so they really can't see in anymore. It's just one of those being a stupid chicken thing. They just sit there and they would just walk back and forth thinking they could get in here and they can't. I did throw down some sand and some diatomaceous earth down here. Hopefully they'll start using that, but that thing's going. I'm going to cut that board in half and we'll have backing. You need to put backing on this. You don't want to have an open back on those, by the way, either. But I have, I would recommend getting one of these. This is that inexpensive. It's like 90 bucks. It's a Reolink camera. It is, it's all Wi-Fi. And what you can do is you can pull it up and you can scan around. You can scan around and look and see what's going on. But inside their house, see, I had to put a blink camera here to monitor this to see if they were going inside. And then on the inside, watch out girls, I don't want to step on you. You gotta move. You gotta move. Inside, I also have a camera inside here, inside their house, so I can watch them, you know, at night and make sure they're all in here perching. I need to add some more perching bars up higher. I've said this before, chickens always want to go to the highest point when they perch. So they're kind of struggling for that highest point, and I need to add some more. All right, girls, we're gonna go check on eggs down here. There's Snow White. Hi. You're the prettiest bird so far, aren't you? You're beautiful. You really are. She looks like a white hawk. One of my last videos, I talked to you about these hose end filters that are really good. They remove chlorine. They reduce the amount of heavy metals. They take out sediment, and they remove that foul odor if you have a deep well. But if you are concerned about your water at all, these just connect to the end of a hose. See right here? That's it. Or I also have one here. And this one actually does that, but also that leaves more of the essential minerals in it. It doesn't take out the good minerals it leaves, but it takes out the bad metals on it and stuff. So they're pretty cheap. You can buy a 4-pack for like 60 bucks or something. I'll remind me if I don't put the link to those, because a lot of people asked about that. It makes life a lot easier, but in the winter time, you can't do that. You can't use those in the winter, really, because your hoses freeze and then water. So what I do is I take a seed germination pad. I've got one in the back of my unit, actually. I use the 5-gallon tubs. So you just get one of these. These things are so cheap too. That's just a seed germination pad, and you have all kinds of sizes, and you want to get a small one. I think this one's like 20 by 20, and just put it under your water tank, and that thing heats up to like 65-70 degrees, and constantly. It's very low voltage, and it'll keep that water at, even in freezing temperatures, it'll keep that water at probably 45 to 60 degrees. So you do have to have power for those up here though, unfortunately. So if there's anything I forgot to put a link to, in other words, if you saw something or if I've talked about something in the past, I will build that page, and I'll try and remember to put everything that I use up here so you can find links to it. I definitely love these new rollout boxes. It's going to be a huge difference. I know once these chickens start egg eating process, man, you'll have 2 of them do it, then 3 of them do it, and all of a sudden you'll be losing, if you got like I do, you can lose an easy 4 to 8 eggs a day on your egg count. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. And I've got a chicken. I had a chicken today that had sour crop, and unfortunately it was our little Silky Johnny that actually had it. He was not feeling well. He would not come out of the house. I had to pull him off the bars. I had to turn him over upside down and make him puke. It was disgusting. And what I'll do is, if you want, I'll actually show you the scientific evidence about how to deal with sour crop, and when you have a chickens, how to detect it and how to deal with it. And but maybe I'll make a video on that. If you want to see it, let me know. I'll talk to you later. Doc.